Struggling to push through when life hits hard? In this Audiobook World Masterclass, grab the exact blueprint to train your mind never to give up. Discover 3 game-changing takeaways. Rewire your inner quitter voice. Turn failures into unbreakable fuel. And lock in rituals that make persistence automatic. Hit subscribe for more life hack audiobooks and use chapter timestamps below to jump in now. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you're adrift in a raging sea, waves crashing like giants' fists, thunder roaring your name, your boat splintered, your hands raw from clinging to the splintered wood. Every muscle screams surrender, but deep inside, a tiny flame flickers, unseen, unyielding. That's your mind's hidden power, the one force that turns survivors into legends. Today, we're igniting it. This isn't just a story. It's your awakening. Breathe deep. Your unbreakable journey begins now. Chapter 1. The Unseen Forge of Inner Steel. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast, shadowed canyon, wind howling like 1,000 lost souls, pulling at your clothes, whispering surrender into your ear. Your feet slip on loose gravel, heart pounding, as the drop below yawns endless, dark, unforgiving. This is not just a place. It's the borderland of your own spirit, where most turn back, where dreams shatter like brittle glass. But you feel it. A quiet heat rising in your chest, a stubborn pulse that says no. Right here, in this moment of raw exposure, your mind begins to forge itself into steel. Welcome to the unseen forge. This is where unbreakable lives are born. We all face that canyon. It's the dead-end job that drains your fire, the relationship that leaves you hollow, the dream deferred so long it feels like a ghost. I've walked there myself, nights staring at a ceiling stained with regret, wondering if persistence was just a fool's lie. But here's the truth that pulled me back. Resilience isn't a gift handed down from the stars. It's not luck, not genetics, not even willpower alone. It's a deliberate crafting hidden in the marrow of your daily choices, built layer by unyielding layer in moments no one sees. Your mind holds the hammer. The question is, will you swing it? Think of the ancient blacksmith, alone in his dim hut, as dawn barely cracks the sky. No crowds cheer him on, no glory waits, just the glow of coals and the ring of metal on anvil. Each strike warps the iron, tempers it, makes it bend without breaking. That's your inner world right now. Every quiet decision, the alarm you silence but rise anyway, the harsh word you swallow instead of spitting, the step forward when retreat sings sweeter. That's your strike, not dramatic, not Instagram-worthy, profoundly yours. This forge operates in secrecy, because true strength despises the spotlight. It thrives in the grind, the unglamorous repeat, the choice to stand when falling feels easier. Let me take you to Maria, a woman I once knew, though her name's changed to guard her quiet victory. Picture her in a cramped apartment in a forgotten corner of the city, single mother to 2 wide-eyed boys, shifts at the factory stretching into endless nights, bills piled like accusations, hope flickered dim as a dying bulb. One morning, after another eviction warning, she stood before her cracked mirror and saw not defeat, but clay waiting for the kiln. She began small, whispering to herself each dawn, "Today, I shape what endures." No fanfare, just that. She walked to work through pouring rain, head high, saved pennies not for luxury, but for a community college class. Months blurred into years, rejections came, exhaustion clawed, but she struck on. Today her boys call her professor. Her apartment, a home filled with books she wrote. Maria didn't win a lottery. She forged her steel in the unseen. What makes this possible? It's the realization that your mind is not a fragile vase, easily cracked. It's a living bellows, fanning flames from embers. Science whispers it too, in the brain's quiet architecture. Neural pathways strengthen like muscle fibers under load. Repeated choice carves grooves deeper than doubt can erode. But science only maps the how, the heart knows the why. You were designed for this. Deep in your core beats the rhythm of ancestors who crossed frozen tundras, outlasted famines, stared down beasts with nothing but will. That same fire warms you now. Honor it. Claim it. Pause with me here, listener. Feel the weight of your own hammer in your hand. It's heavier than you thought, isn't it? Good. That's the sign it's real. Ask yourself, what one strike will you make today? Not tomorrow, when motivation might return. Today, in the ordinary, brew your coffee and affirm, I build what lasts. Lace your shoes and declare, this step tempers me. Let tears come if they must. They're the sweat of transformation. The forge doesn't judge, it shapes. Yet forging demands honesty. Not every strike lands true at first. You'll miss, feel the rebound jar your arm. That's not failure, that's calibration. The blacksmith tests his blade on scrap before the masterwork, so test yours. Face the small canyon today. A conversation you've dodged, a habit you've nursed like a pet monster. Step to its edge, swing, feel the spark fly. That's the alchemy. Pain meeting purpose, yielding something sharper, truer. And here's the wonder, the forge never closes. It's always there. Coals banked but ready, waiting for your breath to stir them. No matter how far you've wandered, how many times you've dropped the hammer, return, pick it up. The metal of your spirit remembers the heat. It yearns to be whole. As we linger in this forge, you sense it building, a strength not yet visible, but inevitable. You've laid the first layer, felt the first ring echo in your bones. But this is only the beginning. What happens when that inner whisper rises, the one urging you to drop everything? How do you silence it, turn it to ally? That's the fire, waiting just beyond. Step with me. The next strike calls. Chapter 2. Silencing the shadow whisper. Picture this. You're deep in a mist-shrouded forest at twilight, branches clawing at your sleeves, every snap of a twig echoing like a judgment. Your breath comes ragged, legs burning from the chase, but ahead, freedom, light, piercing the gloom. Then it starts, a soft, insidious murmur slithering from the shadows. Turn back, you're lost. It's safer here. That voice coils around your throat, familiar as your own heartbeat, urging collapse into the damp leaves. You've heard it before in the gym when reps turn to fire, in the quiet office when ambition whispers quit. It's not the forest speaking. It's the shadow whisper of your untrained mind, born from old wounds, craving comfort over conquest. But today, we hunt it down. We rewire it. Your liberation begins with facing that voice head-on. This whisper isn't random noise, it's a survivor of your past, etched into neural trails like footprints in mud. Every childhood taunt absorbed, every door slammed in your face, every night you curled small. It layered in, becoming the default narrator of your struggles. I remember my own shadow clearly. After losing my footing in a high-stakes career pivot, it hissed endlessly, "Who are you kidding? Stay small." It painted failure as fate, effort as folly. But here's the revelation that shattered its grip. This voice is not you. It's a program, glitchy and outdated, running on autopilot. Your power lies in interruption, spotting it, naming it, starving it of belief. Rewiring demands vigilance, but the freedom, it's electric, alive, yours to claim. Envision the whisper, as a sly fox in your mind's meadow, darting for your throat with honeyed lies. Don't argue, that's its game. Instead, become the hunt. Pause mid-stride in your day, when it surfaces during that grueling workout or stalled project, and declare aloud if you can, or in thunderous silence, I see you, fox, but I choose the path ahead. Replace its script with yours, vivid and visceral. This ache is the forge heating. Each push carves my edge sharper. Feel the shift. Words aren't fluff, they're weapons, reshaping the brain's wiring through repetition, turning fox trails into hunters' highways. Let me pull back the curtain on Elias, a quiet soul from a dusty mill town, his hands coalesced from machines that devoured dreams. At 42, laid off after decades, the whisper roared, too old, too broken, retire to the couch. Bills mounted, mirrors mocked, sleep fled. One frost-bitten morning, staring at frost-laced windows, he caught the voice mid-sentence. Instead of nodding, he gripped the table edge and rewrote, "This ending births my reinvention. Today, I learn code, no drama, just daily hunts. Mornings coding through frustration, evenings journaling victories over the whisper's lies. 6 months in, the fox grew hoarse. 2 years, Elias launched an app connecting laid-off workers to gigs, thousands lifted because he silenced his shadow. His voice now, a mentor's rumble, steady and sure. Elias didn't silence it with force. He outgrew it. Why does this work? Dive deeper with me. Your brain, that magnificent organ, thrives on pattern. The whisper exploits old ones, firing dopamine hits for surrender, quick relief, masking long rote. But new words forge fresh circuits. Dopamine now rewarding the fight. It's biology meeting spirit. Neurons that fire together, wire together, speak your rewrite enough, and the shadow starves, fades to a whimper. Spiritually, it's reclaiming your divine voice, the one that called worlds into being, echoing in your depths. You're not battling darkness, you're calling forth light. Right now, listener, test it. Close your eyes if you're able. Summon a current whisper, maybe the project gathering dust, the goal deferred. Hear it slink in. Good. Name it, old fox. Counter, I am the dawn breaking. This task lights my path. Say it thrice. Feel the coil loosen. That's the first wire snapping free. Carry this into your hours. Traffic jams become auditions. I steer my mind steady. Rejections, doors closing sharpen my aim. The whisper will test you. Lunge sharper at first. Meet it. Each victory etches permanence, but honesty tempers this hunt. Some whispers root deeper, tangled in grief or betrayal. Don't shame yourself for their volume, honor the pain that birthed them. Sit with it gently, then rewrite with compassion. You've protected me long enough. Now I protect me. The fox isn't enemy, it's outdated guardian. Thank it, then stride past. I've seen this heal rifts undreamt, marriages mended when partners rewired blame to bridge building, careers reborn from ashes of self-doubt. As you master this, notice the quiet revolution. Decisions quicken, energy surges, synchronicities bloom. The mind, once shadowed, glows clear. You've not just silenced a voice, you've amplified your true one. We've hunted the whisper now, felt its grip yield to your command. Satisfaction settles, doesn't it? Yet deeper trails beckon, those first defiant steps that turn words into motion, momentum into mountains moved. What if one step could ignite the unstoppable? That's the ground ahead, firming underfoot. Walk with me there. Chapter 3. The alchemy of one defiant step. Feel the earth tremble beneath your boots as you stand at the crumbling lip of an ancient mountain pass, storm clouds boiling overhead, Icy rain lashing your face like needles of doubt. The path ahead vanishes into swirling white void. Nothing but wind-screamed emptiness, a single narrow ledge, mocking your every instinct to flee. 1 foot forward, madness. Yet stirs, a primal surge in your veins, whispering that this ledge holds not death, but destiny. You've silenced the shadow's lies. Now comes the sacred act, the alchemy that turns frozen fear into forward fire. 1 defiant step, not a leap, not a marathon, but that singular world-shifting motion. Take it with me now, your momentum awakens. This is the heart's hidden truth. Persistence isn't forged in grand gestures or flawless sprints. It's alchemized in the crucible of 1 deliberate step, repeated until the mountain bows. We've all stood at such ledges, the blank canvas staring back accusingly, the phone call to that intimidating contact, the dawn run when bedclothes cling like lovers. The mind craves the finish line's glory, but gold lies in the gold of the first move. I recall my own ledge years back, a manuscript rejected 12 times, stack of papers parkering from the desk like gravestones. The shadow was mute, but inertia weighed tons. Then 1 step. I opened the file, typed 1 raw sentence. That motion cracked the dam. Pages flowed. The book lives today because I honored the 1 step's power. Envision your steps as living gold coins, each minted in the mint of now. Not vague intentions, specific bite-sized vows that defy the void. That stalled business idea, 1 step, sketch the logo on a napkin, 5 minutes sharp. Grieving a loss, 1 step, lace shoes for a 10-minute walk. Letting tears mingle with rain. The magic, physics joins spirit, Newton's first law stirs here. An object at rest stays at rest. 1 push births unstoppable cascade. Spiritually, it's the universe's echo. Creation began with 1 word, 1 light piercing chaos. Your step mirrors that divine spark. Make it yours, vivid, sensory, immediate. Meet Lena, a barista in a coastal town where fog never lifts. Her dreams of opening a bakery smothered under double shifts, and a father's skepticism. At 29 the ledge loomed. Ovens cost thousands, skills rusted from disuse. Inertia pinned her until 1 grey afternoon, post-shift, she measured flour into a bowl. Not a full recipe, just dough rising like quiet rebellion. Next day, 1 loaf baked, shared with neighbors. Feedback fueled the next step, a simple menu scribbled. Weeks wove into months. Steps stacked, savings jar filled, pop-up store launched. 2 years on, Lena's bakery draws lines around the block, scent of fresh sourdough chasing fog away. Her secret, 1 defiant step at a time, she'd say, eyes alight. Lena alchemized inertia into empire, 1 motion at a time. Why does 1 step wield such sorcery? Peer into the soul's mechanics. The brain adores completion's dopamine rush. Micro wins flood it, building neural bridges over hesitation's chasm. Each step releases endorphins, a chemical hymn singing more, deeper still, its soul alignment. Your essence hungers for action. As fish crave current, stagnation breeds despair, motion miracles. I've witnessed it in veterans rebuilding post-war, 1 volunteer hour morphing into community centers. In artists, 1 sketch exploding into exhibitions. The step isn't effort, it's ignition. Listener, claim this now. Identify your ledge, that goal-gathering dust, whispering impossibility. Name 1 step, not get fit, but 5 push-ups at 7 a.m. Commit aloud, this step is gold, execute. Feel the shift, the body's yes rippling to mind, spirit igniting. Tomorrow, another. Stack them like ancient stones, forming your unbreakable cairn. Resistance will rise, disguised as logic. Wait for perfect conditions. Defy it. Perfection is the thief. The imperfect step is sovereign. Yet grace tempers the alchemy. Some steps falter, slippery ledge, backward slide. Rise without self-lashing. Inspect the skid. Too ambitious, halve it. Timing off, dawn claims it. Each recalibration hones your stride. Leaner slip too, burnt loaves, empty stalls, but each taught precision. Honor the science of small compound interest of action doubles yearly, turning pennies to fortunes. As steps accumulate, witness the wonder, synchronicities cascade, allies emerge, the path widens. What felt void reveals handholds, ladders carved by your motion. You've not just walked, you've woven momentum spell. These defiant steps have stirred your gold now, inertia yielding to the rhythm of advance. Fulfillment hums, doesn't it? But what if those stumbles, the falls that bruise deepest, hold not poison, but the richest soil for growth? Hidden in failure's shadow lies harvest, untold. Turn the page with me. The soil awaits your seed. Chapter 4. Harvesting gold from failure's dark soil. Envision plunging through a roiling ocean storm, waves towering like vengeful gods, your ship splintering under the assault, timbers groaning, salt stinging wounds as you tumble into churning black depths. Panic claws your lungs, cold closing in. Every gasp, a battle against drowning despair. Then, fingers brush something solid, the ocean floor, jagged coral tearing flesh, but holding you from the abyss. You claw upward, lungs burning, emerging not broken but reborn, spitting seawater under dawn's first light. That's failure, not the plunge, but the floor beneath. We've stepped defiantly. Now we harvest. Failure's dark soil cradles the richest gold. Dig with me. Your fortune waits buried. This is the soul's profound paradox. What we flee as ruin is the universe's most generous gift. Fertile earth, where true strength takes root. Society parades polished triumphs, hiding the compost heaps of flops that birthed them. But you and I know better now. Failure strips illusions, exposes raw truth, forces confrontation with limits, and in that nakedness, growth explodes. I've knelt in my own soil, a venture launched with heartfire, collapsing in debt and ridicule after 18 sleepless months. Shame burned hotter than loss, yet sifting that wreckage revealed gems. Misread markets became maps, blind trusts turned to discernment. Failure isn't end, it's excavation, unearthing power dormant in comfort's cage. Picture failure as ancient volcanic soil, black, ashen, lifeless to the eye, yet pulsing with minerals unseen. Plant there and shoots surge unbreakable, not by ignoring the fall, but interrogating it with tender curiosity. What assumption crumbled? What strength hid untested? Journal it raw, no polish, just truth. Turn I failed to this reveals. The shift alchemizes poison to potion. Spirit whispers here too. Every sage's wisdom sprouted from thorns. Bamboo bends low before towering, diamonds birthing crush. Your falls echo creation's blueprint. Honor the soil. It hungers for your seed. Let me unveil Toughness, a carpenter from mountain hamlets where wood whispers secrets to wind. At 35, he poured savings into a custom furniture line, visions of galleries dancing. First show? Crickets. Pieces gathered dust. Critics called them rustic relics. Investors vanished, sleep shattered. He hurled tools into the gorge, cursing fate. Dawn after darkest night, Toughness knelt amid splintered prototypes, not raging, but dissecting, One chair's joint failed under weight. Redesign with oak's flex. Finish too glossy. Sand too warm grain. He replanted. Smaller market tests. Customer whispers sought. Failures composted into insight. Ergonomic curves. Locals craved. 3 years brewed. His workshop hums with orders from cities afar. Each piece etched, forged in fall. Tomas harvested gold because he tilled the dark. Delve deeper into the harvest's mystery. Neurologically, failure fires adaptive circuits. Dendrites sprout from setbacks, shock, wiring wiser paths than success's sleepy ease. Emotionally, it builds anti-fragility. Blows that bruise toughen sinew, turning glass hearts to tempered steel. Spiritually, it's initiation. Crossing underworlds, like mythic heroes, emerging with boons for the tribe. I've seen it ripple. Tomas now mentors youth, his scars their compass. One woman's botched novel birthed a coaching empire. A farmer's crop wipeout spawned resilient hybrids feeding villages. Pause here, listener. Unearth your soil. Recall a recent fall, job loss. Fractured bond, dream deferred. No judgment, breathe into it. Ask, what gift hides here? Visibility sharpened, patience deepened, humility's quiet power. Speak it. This soil feeds my rise. Plant one seed today. Tweak that resume with newfound clarity. Reach out post-drift with wiser words. Feel the sprout stir. That's harvest beginning. Water it daily, not with hope alone, but action's rain. Grace seasons this work. Some soils lie barren longer, grief's weight crushing seed. Then rest the field, mourn fully, tears till deeper. Return when ready. No rush rivals nature's rhythm. Tomas waited moons before first chisel stroke. Your soil knows its season, and wonder unfolds. As you harvest, abundance multiplies. Old failures revisited, yield fresh yields. Chains of insight linking past to promise. You've dug now, hands soiled, but shining with gold unearthed. The weight lifts, doesn't it? Failure transmuted to treasure. Yet this bounty begs an anchor, a flame to guard it through gales ahead. What if your deepest why could root unshakable? Feel that pull, stirring. The anchor awaits. Sail with me there. Chapter 5. Anchoring to your eternal why. Sense the gale force winds ripping across an endless tundra, snow whipping like razor blades, your sled overturned. Dogs huddled low, every bone screaming to curl into the drift and let numbness claim you. Visibility zero. Frostbite gnawing fingers. The horizon a merciless blur, but clutched in your numb fist. A single crumpled photograph, a child's trusting eyes, your promise unborn. That image burns hotter than the storm, pulling you to your knees, then to your feet. You harness the team, voice cracking but commanding. Forward. That's your why, not a wish, but a white-hot anchor forged in the soul's deepest forge, unmovable when tempests rage. We've harvested failure's gold, now we root it unbreakable. Grip your anchor, the storm cannot claim what burns eternal. This is the spirit's sovereign secret. Surface goals crumble like ice flows, but a burning why, raw, visceral, etched in your very marrow, holds empires steady. It's not I want success or I deserve better, it's the primal pulse. For my daughter's laughter, echoing free, for the father I lost too soon, now honored in my stand, for the quiet vow to rise where others fell. I've anchored mine in the memory of a brother's last breath, his hand squeezing mine with unspoken charge. Live fierce. That why dragged me through bankruptcies, betrayals, nights of hollow ache. When distractions glitter and doubt howls, your why becomes compass, North Star, unbreakable keel. Define it now, listener. Feel its heat rise. Envision your why as a colossal anchor chain, links massive as your torso, plunged into ocean bedrock miles deep. Storms lash surface ships to splinters. Yours rides steady, invisible but invincible. Unearth it through honest excavation. Close eyes, journey inward past superficial wants to the core wound or wild joy that ignites you. Write it visceral, no abstracts, for the day I cradle my child's first triumph, unbroken by my surrender. Speak it dawn and dusk. Let it tattoo your cells. Spiritually, it's alignment with creation's current, that same why pulsed in galaxies birthing from void, in seeds cracking stone for sun. Your why channels that infinite force. Claim it, ocean's path. Witness Javier, a fisherman from salt-crusted villages, where sea devours the unwary. At 38, nets empty after years of dwindling catch, lone sharks circling, wife whispering escape to city lights. Driftwood dreams of quitting washed ashore daily. One violet dawn, hauling empty traps. Javier unearthed his why, a faded locket holding Isabella's prayer beads, her voice echoing, "Feed the hungry as I fed you." Not vague legacy specific, rebuild the fleet to sustain his village's elders through winters. That anchor plunged deep. He bartered dawn skills for boat repairs, mapped forgotten reefs by starlight, rallied kin with stories of Isabella's feasts. Storms sank rivals. Javier's why held. 5 years. His co-op thrives. Elders eat hearty. His children's eyes mirror Isabella's fire. Javier didn't fish for gold. His why fished for him. Unravel the anchor's profound power. Neurologically, a vivid why floods prefrontal cortex with purpose-driven resolve. Overriding amygdala's flight frenzy, cortisol crashes, resolve hormones surge. Emotionally, it births meaning from mess, pain transmutes when tethered to transcendence. Spiritually, it's soul contract. Your essence chose this why before breath drew first air, now calling you home through fury. I've seen anchors multiply miracles. Javier's village now trains youth captains. One mother's why for her autistic son, birth therapies aiding thousands. Your why doesn't just hold. It summons winds fair. Listener, forge yours this instant. Breathe deep. Scan life's ledger. What face haunts your surrender moments? What joy would shatter if you quit? Name it aloud, specific as salt sting, for names hand in mine at my mountain summit. Proof, impossible bows, chain it visible wallet photo, phone lock screen, dawn mirror vow, test it in small gales, traffic rage. This patience honors my why. Deadline crush? This grind feeds the flame. Feel the shift, why doesn't numb pain? It ennobles it, turns burden to badge. Mercy weaves through anchoring. Some whys wound deep, birthed in loss or longing, unquenched. Honor the ache. Let tears polish the chain. If yours shifts with seasons, recalibrate. No rigidity rivals life's flow. Javier's deepened from abuela to lineage. Yours evolves too, and marvel unfolds. Anchors draw allies, opportunities like iron to lodestone, doors creak open, paths illuminate. Your anchor grips bedrock now, storm winds parting around its hold. Security blooms within, fierce and free. Yet even anchored ships need calm harbors amid fury. Spaces where clarity refuels the fight. What if pausing unlocked deeper command? That art beckons breath by breath. Anchor steady. Pause with me. Chapter 6. The sacred art of the warrior's pause. Hear the roar of the Colosseum fade to thunderous silence. Dust swirling in torchlight as the gladiator reels against blood-slicked ropes, crowd baying for his end. Vision blurring red, every sinew howling for wild haymakers in blind fury. Fists rain like hammers, One more swing spells doom, then he stills. Eyes seal shut, chest heaving slow, world narrowing to breath's sacred rhythm. 5 heartbeats pass, clarity ignites like flint on steel. Eyes snap open, counterpunch launches true. The foe crumples, victory births not in frenzy, but pauses profound alchemy. You've anchored deep, now master this art. In storm's heart, pause commands. Breathe into power with me. This is the breath of true mastery, the warrior's pause, that deliberate stilling amid chaos, where lesser souls shatter. Culture glorifies the ceaseless grind, but wisdom knows frenzy breeds fractures. Hasty words wound kin, rash choices topple empires. The pause isn't retreat, it's recalibration, a holy interlude, flooding mind with heaven's light. I've claimed it in my tempests, mid-argument with a loved one, words venom-tipped on tongue. I paused, 3 breaths deep. Anchors why surfacing calm, fury dissolved, wisdom spoke bridge instead of breach. Pause transforms reaction to response, survival to sovereignty. Embrace it now, your command awakens. Picture the pause as an ancient mountain spring, crystal pulse amid avalanche chaos. Rushing torrents part around its serene pool, clarity bubbling pure for the thirsty soul. Invoke it thus, when deadline dragons breathe fire, or betrayal's blade twists gut. Halt motion, anchor feet, palms to belly, inhale slow through nose. Count 4, hold 4, exhale 6. Feel the spring fill, thoughts settle like silt. Wise flame steadies course. Speak your vow, I pause to prevail. Neurologically, it dials down amygdala's alarm, prefrontal wisdom rising, cortisol ebbs, oxytocin flows kin. Spiritually, it's prayer without words, aligning with the eternal now where all power dwells. Journey with me to Aisha, a nurse in a city's relentless ER, where nights bleed endless, beeping monitors, symphony of suffering, patients crashing like waves, exhaustion a constant shadow. At 31, burnout loomed. Snapped orders, tearful shifts home, marriage fraying at edges. One midnight code blue, team flailing. Aisha felt snap's edge, yell rising. She stepped back, palms pressed, eyes shut. 5 breaths drawn from anchor's core, her mother's healing hands through her own. Clarity bloomed. Team rolls now. Patient stabilized, shift turned tide. She wove pauses daily. Corridor breaths between beds. Pre-round vows. Months ripened, promotions came. Home healed. Aisha now trains healers in pauses grace. Her spring never runs dry. Aisha didn't endure chaos. She commanded it still. Probe the pause's layered gifts. Physiologically, vagus nerve awakens, heart rate variability soars, body shifts from fight-flight cage to rest-digest renewal. Emotionally, it harvests space for wise wisdom, turning raw pain to purposeful path. Spiritually, it's Sabbath soul-deep mirroring creation's rest after labor, recharging infinite source. I've witnessed ripples profound. Aisha's colleagues pausing mid-crisis, saved lives multiplied. Executives halting boardroom rages birthed billion visions. Pause doesn't steal time, it multiplies mastery. Listener, practice the art this breath. Face your next gale. Email, inferno, workout wall. Grief sudden surge. Pause deliberate. Breathe the count. Summon anchor. Vow forward, clear. Journal post pause. What shifted? Clarity's voice louder. Path straighter. Chain these pauses. Morning prelude before battle. Twilight review of days springs. Resistance whispers, no time. Counter pause births. Time eternal. Mercy guides. Some storms overwhelm, breaths shallow at first. Shorten count, build gentle, no force rivals flow. Aisha began with 3 oceans parted same. As pauses weave habit, marvel at emergence. Decisions diamond sharp, energy boundless. Universe conspires subtle, hunches prove true. Calm draws calm, chaos no longer master. You, its conductor. You've stilled the storm now, spring's clarity quenching deep thirst. Peace anchors firmer, doesn't it? Yet even masters draw strength from unseen realms, solitude summoning spectral allies to lift the lone fight. What counsels await in quiet's embrace? That chamber opens. Enter with me. Chapter 7. Summoning Allies from the Silent Realm. Stand alone on a mist-veiled moor at witching hour, peat sucking at your boots, stars veiled by swirling spectres, the weight of isolation crushing like coughing lid slamming shut. No hand to grasp, no voice to pierce the void. Just your ragged breath, echoing back accusation. Panic rises, knees buckling toward the bog's embrace. Then, faint at first, silhouettes emerge from fog. Figures tall and unyielding, eyes like embers, hands extended not in pity, but partnership. Ancestors, mentors unseen. They don't speak, their presence steals your spine. You rise, not solitary but legion. Solitude births not loneliness but your invisible counsel. You've paused to command, now summon them. Allies await in silence sacred hall. This is the mind's luminous mystery, even in profound aloneness. You're never truly isolated. Your spirit convenes a council of unseen allies, drawn from memory's vault, imagination's forge, and soul's eternal kin. Past triumphs personified, heroes internalized, whispers of the divine. They stand ready when human hands falter. Culture mistakes solitude for void, but masters know it as Congress chamber. I've entered mine amid darkest solo climb, gear failing on sheer ice wall, storm shrieking isolation. I closed eyes and called counsel, my grandfather's call-used grip. Visualized, a poet's verse recited inward, their solidity bridged the gap. Summit crown, allies transform exile to alliance, frailty to phalanx. Open your hall now, the doors swing wide. Envision solitude as a vast, vaulted chamber, lit by inner hearthfire, walls lined with luminous portraits pulsing alive. Enter deliberate, carve 15 sacred minutes dawn or dusk. No devices, no mirrors, just you and flame. Summon first your triumphs, embodied, that pivotal speech delivered despite tremor. Call her forward, feel her confidence cloak you. Next, archetypes, internalized warrior queen for resolve, sage for sight. Speak to them vivid. Guide my stride today. Journal their counsel post-convene. Symbols, urges, calm knowing. Neurologically visualization activates mirror neurons, replaying mastery circuits as if lived anew. Confidence cascades. Spiritually, it's communion with oversoul, tapping collective wisdom beyond skin. Step into Raj Chamber, a software engineer from monsoon-lashed Mumbai suburbs, code unraveling in crunch deadline, teams scattered by layoffs, nights blurring in blue screen glare. At 34, solitude crushed, imposter chants deafening, fingers frozen on keys. One power cut blackout, candle flickering. Raj claimed his hall. First ally, childhood coach who drilled one play more, visualized his gruff nod, felt endurance infuse. Next, internalized Ramanujan, math wizard from law, equations dancing solution. Dawn after dawn, council convened, coach urged persistence lines, sage illuminated bugs, code compiled flawless, project soared, promotion followed. Raj now leads remote squads, teaching silent allies workshops. His hall echoes with gratitude, Raj didn't code alone. His counsel scripted victory. Unfold the allies' profound weave. Psychologically, they externalize inner resources, reducing cognitive load. Brain delegates to team, freeing genius flow. Emotionally, they cradle vulnerability, turning solo dread to supported quest. Spiritually, its ancestral bridge. Lineage lends unseen hands. Divine chorus harmonizes your solo. I've seen councils cascade wonders. Raj team retention tripled. A dancer's visualized Balamcheen birth choreography festivals. Allies don't replace effort, they amplify essence. Listener, convene yours this breath. Seek quiet corner, eyes gentle shut. Call first ally, name a past win's embodiment. Your name you conquered then, stand now. Feel form solidify, warmth spread, add sage, historical or mythic. Resonant, dialogue, silent. What step today? Note response, image, phrase, knowing. Dawn ritualize, 5 minutes counsel before battle. Dusk review, thanks offered. Skepticism stirs. Start small, one ally, build legion. Mercy holds empty halls at first, fill with practice. Like friendships kindled slow. As counsel forms, behold the shift. Insights sparkle unbidden. Endurance deepens. Synchronicities whisper. Ally confirmation books fall open right. Strangers echo counsel. Solitude blooms congress. Power compounded. Your hall thrums now. Allies flanking firm. Strength multiplies, doesn't it? Lone wolf to pack prime. Yet grind's daily forge demands spark beyond duty, igniting joy to fuel the unrelenting. What flames dance amid labor's ash? That hearth kindles next. Gather close. Chapter 8. Weaving joy's golden thread through the grind. Taste the bitter ash of endless desert march, sun-blistering skin to parchment, sand caking cracked lips, horizon mocking with shimmering lies, each footfall a hammer blow, thirst clawing throat like demon talons, body a rebel army demanding mutiny, collapse temp sweet as oasis mirage, then unbidden, a melody rises from cracked earth. Your own voice, soft at first, humming a childhood tune carried on wind's sigh, notes weave with stride, thirst fades to rhythm, sun warms like hearth, laughter bubbles, absurd joy in desolation's heart. You've summoned allies, now ignite this flame. Joy isn't reward for grind's end. It's the golden thread spun amid it. Weave it, now, your march transform. This is the soul's radiant revelation. Unrelenting pursuit without joy's infusion breeds chains of drudgery, but laced with light-hearted spark, it births wings of endurance. Culture peddles joy as finish-line confetti, but masters thread it through the warp and weft of daily toil, turning labor's loom to tapestries of triumph. I've woven mine through bleakest stretches, manuscript marathons blurring days, fingers numb on keys, joy sparked by piping silly tunes between paragraphs, dancing absurdly in kitchen to kettles boil. Grind lightened, words flowed freer. Joy doesn't deny sweat, it sanctifies it, fueling depths duty alone can't reach. Thread yours today, watch chains dissolve. Envision joy as luminous golden filament, spun from soul's spindle, woven deliberate into grind's coarse grey cloth. Not forced frenzy, subtle infusions, humor nonsense rhyme while emails avalanche, grin at coffee spill as universes wink, stretch mid-meeting with cat-like yawn disguised as thought. Anchor it to wise warmth. This task feeds my flame, delight honors it. Neurologically, joy surges dopamine rivers, countering grind's cortisol drought, motivation renews, creativity cascades. Spiritually, it's holy play, echoing creation's delight in stars flung wild, life dancing from dust. Your weave mirrors divine artistry, spin it vivid, immediate. Enter Mirror, a weaver in Andean highlands, where alpaca wool whispers to mist-shrouded peaks, looms creaking dawn to dusk under quota's crushing spirit. At 27, fingers bleeding raw, dreams of market stalls fading to rote repetition, marriage straining under exhaustion's weight. One frost-rimed morning, mid-row, Mirror paused, remembered Abuela's tales of threads singing. She hummed a forgotten lullaby, fingers dancing lighter, patterns blooming playful, secret hearts woven into blankets. Buyers noticed magic warmth. Orders swelled, joy threaded deeper. Shared songs with daughters at loom, laughter echoing valleys. Years wove, Mirror's co-op employs village women, blankets adorning global homes. Her secret, joy spins stronger than duty. Mirror didn't escape grind, she illuminated it. Delve joy's layered alchemy. Physiologically, it bolsters mitochondria, grinds engines, energy multiplies, fatigue flees. Emotionally, it reframes burden as blessing. Spreadsheets become symphonies when whistled, runs rhythmic rituals. Spiritually, it's gratitude incarnate, thanking the loom for craft's gift, the ache for growth's proof. I've seen joy cascade. Mirror's village thrives, festivals born from song. A teacher's silly desk dances birthed student breakthroughs. Joy doesn't shorten path, it enchants it eternal. Listener, spin your thread this instant. Amid next grind, laundry mountain, report slog, commute crawl. Infuse one spark, Hume, favorite hook. Imagine task as epic quest. Emails, slaying dragons, chuckle at human folly shared. Journal twilight, where dance joy today. Chain it ritual, pre-task vow. Delight weaves with me. Resistance grumbles, serious work. Counter, joy is work's deepest seriousness. Mercy tempers numb seasons come. Sparks faint, start micro one hum. Loom brighten same. Mirror began with whispers, tapestries followed, as threads accumulate. Witness enchantment. Productivity soars unforced. Bonds deepen in shared mirth. Universe winks back. Serendipity sparkle. Grind transmutes to grace. Weave to wonder. Your cloth shimmers now gold gleaming through grey. Lightness lifts, doesn't it? Grind gilded glorious. Yet this shine dims when eyes stray sideways. Envy's shadow dulling your unique luster. What if shattering comparison's glass unveiled your truest brilliance? That mirror cracks ahead. Gaze inward with me. Chapter 9. Shattering the thief of comparison's mirror. Gaze into a fractured hall of mirrors under flickering gaslight. Endless reflections mocking from every angle. Each pane twisting your form thinner, shorter, lesser, while phantom figures glide past in golden glows. Their paths straight, yours a crooked stumble. Heart hammers envy's poison, eyes dart frantic from rival's shine to your shadowed self. The thief's whisper coiling, see them soar, you're crawling forever. Hands tremble to smash it all, shards flying like liberated truths. You've woven joy's thread, now shatter this glass prison. Comparison isn't neighbor's grass greener, it's the silent assassin of unique fire. Swing the hammer with me. Your true reflection awaits unbound. This is the spirit's fierce declaration. Comparison's mirror warps soul's singular river into another's straight canal, dimming your wild current to pale imitation. Social scrolls parade peaks, hiding valleys. We measure mud against mountaintops, forgetting every river carves canyons unmatched. I've stared into my own glass, watching peers' books bestseller, while mine gathered dust. Envy gnawed creativity's roots. Truth cracked the pane, Their current fed oceans too, but mine nourished hidden glens none else could reach. Shatter it, deliberate, eyes inward to your bend's depths hidden power. Your river runs sovereign, claim its thunder now. Envision comparison as a cunning thief, draped in velvet, lies, pickpocketing joy mid-stride with sideways glances. Don't negotiate, shatter the mirror ritual, dawn vow, my path, my pace, my power. When scroll tempts, pause, breathe, anchor, affirm, their light doesn't dim mine. Redirect gaze to your river's gifts, that quirky laugh, binding kin, quiet skill, honing edges unseen. Neurologically comparison spikes stress circuits, stealing focus, inward turn floods reward paths with self-mastery dopamine. Spiritually, it's reclaiming divine uniqueness. Universe crafted your current alone, no duplicate spun from stardust. Shatter your essence gleams pristine. Meet Kale, a potter in clay-rich valleys, where kilns glow like earth hearts, wheels spinning dreams into form. At 32, Instagram flooded with jewelers' sparks, diamonds winking flawless, his earthy bowls dismissed as peasant pots. Orders dried, hands stilled on wheel, mirrors thief devouring craft love. One clay-smeared dusk, rage rising at another's viral post. Kale hurled stone through workshop glass, shards raining revelation. He turned inward, felt clay's warm pulse, unique to his palms. Next firing, bowls reborn, rough edges embracing food steam, textures cradling warmth no gem could match. Locals whispered soul vessels, king's tables called. Kale's co-op now trains apprentices in mirror breaking. He didn't mimic shine, he unearthed his soil's gold. Peel back shatterings, profound layers. Psychologically it silences superego's whip, birthing self-compassion's bloom, creativity surges free. Emotionally rivers reconnect to source, envy ebbs, gratitude geysers for your Ben's beauty. Spiritually, it's homecoming. Soul recognizes its solo symphony, harmonizing with all without mimicry. I've witnessed cascades, Kale's bowls grace, humble feasts worldwide. A writer's inward turn birthed genre redefining prose. Shattering doesn't blind to others. It blesses their rivers while honoring yours. Listener, hammer yours now. Spot next glance, colleagues rise, friends glow. Halt, shatter vow. My river carves canyons eternal. Journal your bends. This quirk built bridges, that depth holds treasures. Ritualize screens, gratitude scan before scroll. My path pulses true, thief returns, slyer. Meet with fiercer swing. Mercy cradles, some mirrors glue stubborn. Envy, ancient rooted. Chip, gentle, one vow daily. Facets clear, gradual. Kale started with cracks, palaces followed. As glass crumbles, behold your river's majesty. Bends reveal rainbows, depths pearl mysteries. Currents swift sovereign, synchronicities honor it. Right bends meet right flows, unique power draws unique tides. No thief dims this. Your reflection shines unwarped now, river roaring free. Clarity cascades, doesn't itself sovereign. Yet rivers endure through sacred rhythms, habits etching channels unbreakable. What rituals could carve your flow eternal? That forge flames next. Step to the wheel with me. Chapter 10. Rituals that carve endurance eternal. Watch the lone navigator adrift on ink-black seas, stars swallowed by canopy clouds, hull splintered from rogue waves' fury, compass lost, rations crumbling, thirst a serpent coiling tongue. Madness laps at edges, surrender sings siren sweet. Yet, dawn by dawn, he notches tally on weathered mast. One deliberate mark, Sunup, vow whispered to salt winds. Ritual holds chaos at bay, days weaving into direction, spirit sailing unseen currents home. You've shattered comparison's glass, now etch your channel unbreakable. Rituals aren't chains, they're the sacred chisels carving rivers through mountains. Grip yours, endurance pulses eternal. This is the body's ancient wisdom wed to soul's resolve. Fleeting motivation flickers like fireflies, but ritual's simple sacred rhythms etched in dawn and dusk forge neural bedrock, turning try to triumph automatic. Culture chases hacks and highs, but masters carve habits like river gods, each repetition deepening the bed where persistence flows effortless. I've chiseled mine through tempests, post-failure dawns, fist to chest vowing today, carves, evening ledger of 3 gratitudes claimed, months hardened to marble, marathons ran themselves. Rituals transmute will to reflex, fragility to fortress. Carve yours now, the mountain yields. Picture rituals as master chisels, wielded with dawn's first light on life's unyielding stone. Not grandiose, potent, minimal bedside vow upon waking. I etch onward, palms clapped thrice, sealing pact. Midday anchor touch, fingertip to wise token, breath affirming channel deepens. Twilight close, 3 winds voiced aloud, darkness banished. Anchor them sensory, scent of sage burned, stone gripped warm. Neurologically repetition myelinates pathways, signals lightning fast, resistance dissolves. Spiritually, it's covenant with infinite rhythm, mirroring tides, seasons, stars wheel, your small rite harmonizing cosmic pulse. Etch vivid, stone remembers. Walk with Nora, a baker in prairie towns, where wheat whispers to endless sky, ovens firing pre-dawn, debts mounting like storm clouds after harvest fail. At 40, grind ground spirit thin, loaves leaden, family drifting, sleep stolen by worry's wolf. One snow-veiled morn, Nora claimed her chisel. Oven door opened, she etched tally on wooden beam. Day 1, rise claims me. Ritual bloomed, pre-dawn vow hummed over dough, fist thump, sealing this loaf carves legacy. Noon break, gratitude pebble pocketed, 3 thanks tumbled, flowers gift hands warmth, children's breath. Dusk ledger, winds weighed true. Habits hardened, recipes refined, markets mapped, co-op born from shared rights. Storms past, Nora's breads feed regions, beam tallies 2,000 marks. She didn't wish endurance, she chiseled it home. Unveil rituals profound forge. Physiologically, cues trigger basal ganglia autopilot, effort vanishes, consistency cascades. Emotionally, they cradle chaos. Tally marks prove progress, invisible. Gratitudes gild grief gold. Spiritually, sacred repetition invokes presence. Small acts mirror creation's patient craft, universe conspiring through your chisel's stroke. I've seen rivers run, Nora's apprentices write their ovens, villages nourished, a runner's dawn vow birthed, ultramarathon legend. Rituals don't demand perfection, their power compounds in persistence. Listener, wield your chisel this breath. Choose 3. Dawn vow, spoken mirror gaze, midday anchor touch, dusk 3 winds voiced. Etch first mark now, paper wall skin. Day 1 carves, bind sensory chime rung aroma inhaled. Track streaks sacred, no shame in slip, resume chisel gentle. Resistance roars too simple, counter simplicity endures eternals. Mercy flows, overwhelm stalls. 1 right first dawn vow alone carves deep. Nora's beam began blank, canyons followed. As rituals root, witness the miracle. Actions flow unbidden, energy eternalizes. Plateaus shatter under deepened channels rush. Life's stone, once foe, yields your grand canyon, unique, unassailable. Your channel runs now, chisel strokes singing steady. Power courses, unforced. Doesn't it, mountain mastered? Yet deeper trials loom, eclipses where old self burns to ash, birthing fiercer rise. What phoenix calls from flame's heart? That inferno kindles ahead. Step through fire with me. Chapter 11. Dancing through the phoenix flames. Plunge into the heart of a primordial inferno, flames roaring like celestial judgment, devouring ancient forest to glowing embers, trees twisting in agony, air thick with searing rebirth, your skin blistering as old self peels away in ash cascades. Collapse, screams salvation. The blaze demands surrender total, yet amid crackle and roar a vision pierces radiant bird unfolding from core, wings spanning fire's fury, eyes fierce with tomorrow's dawn. You don't flee, you spread arms wide, flames licking scars to silk. Burnout isn't annihilation, it's sacred conflagration, old husks incinerated for fiercer emergence. You've chiseled rituals deep. Now, embrace this blaze. Step through, your phoenix rises. This is the soul's ultimate alchemy. What we dread as burnout's eclipse reveals itself as phoenix initiation, total immolation of outdated skins, timid choices, fear-forged limits, birthing unscarred power incandescent. Culture fears the flames, medicating exhaustion with escapes, but warriors welcome them as forged divine, emerging not diminished, but distilled to essence unbreakable. I've danced my own pyre, years grinding visionary project to husk, creativity cindered, spirit grey ash after relentless pour. Collapse came merciful, in fevered bed, I released, clutched identities, perfection's chains, shoulds scorching clean. From ashes? Vision renewed, boundaries bold, output tripled, effortless. Flames don't destroy, they purify. Welcome yours, rebirth awaits. Envision burnout as phoenix pyre, meticulously stacked by your own unyielding drive. Logs of overgive, kindling of ignored signals, tinder of boundary voids. Don't douse, fan deliberate, name the skins. Sloughing, people-pleaser husk, hustle armor crack. Ritualize release, bonfire visualization nightly, old selves fed to flames, watching transmute to wing feathers. Affirm rising, I burn to blaze truer. Neurologically, exhaustion overloads circuits. Intentional shed prunes, neural clutter, creativity synapses sparking anew. Spiritually, it's ego crucifixion, death of false self, mirroring resurrection myths, soul ascending unburdened. Dance, vivid, ashes yield gold. Witness Sophia, a dancer in neon-lit cities where spotlights devour dreams, rehearsals stretching dawn to blackout, body a map of pulled sinews after company betrayal, roles slashed, mirrors mocking frailty. At 29, pyre ignited, stage collapse mid-pirouette, lights blurring to black, career eulogy whispered, hospital bed birthed blaze embrace. She named skins, perfection's pont shoes, crowd validation tutu, crutches became partners. She visualized flames licking old forms, emerging hybrid, dance, fuse therapy. First class, wheelchair choreography, vulnerability raw, audiences wept. Stages worldwide beckon now, her company trains wounded artists. Sophia's mantra, flames forged my flight. She didn't dodge inferno, she orchestrated it. Unravel rebirth's layered splendor. Physiologically, burnout resets adrenals, hormones harmonizing post-flame, energy phoenix like surges. Emotionally, shed skins birth boundaries luminous. No becomes art, rest, sacred right. Spiritually, its ascension portal. False self, ash fertilizes true soul's garden. Universe, applauding your unmasked light. I've seen infernos illuminate, Sophia's dancers heal multitudes. An exec's collapse birthed legacy foundations. Flames don't end chapters, they author epics. Boulder, listener, court your pyre this breath. Scan for scorch signs, frazzle fog. Joy's ember, faint. Name one skin. Treat, you served, now burn. Visualize flames tender, not terror. Watch transmute to strength wing. Journal post-pyre, what rises freer. Ritual dawn, fist unclenched. Affirming today, flies unburdened. Resistance howls, fight through. Counter wise warriors burn strategic. Mercy enfolds, some blazes rage wilder, shed slow. Start single skin, phoenixes hatch patient. Sophia's first feather fluttered faint, symphonies soared after. As flames purify, marvel the dawn. Lightness soars, intuition lasers true. Opportunities flock to your clarified fire. Old weights ash, new winds lift effortless. You've not survived blaze, you've mastered it eternal. Your wings span now, flames fading to dawn's glow. Rebirth thrums vital. Doesn't it, fair sir? Unchained, one horizon remains, commanding triumph not as hope, but iron decree etched in stars. What visions yield to your gaze? That summit calls. Ascend with me. Chapter 12, commanding the horizon as iron decree. Ascend the jagged crown of a storm-scarred peak, boots crunching ice-glazed stone, gales shrieking prophecy of doom, as clouds part to unveil endless realms below, valleys virgin, rivers unborn, cities slumbering in mist. No map marks this summit, vertigo pulls at soul's hem, yet eyes lock not on peril, but triumph inevitable. Flags planted firm, feasts echoing laughter, monuments to your stride, not if you descend conqueror, but when sensory vivid, smells of victory soil, sounds of acclaim swelling chest. You've risen phoenix fierce, now decree. Vision isn't timid hope, it's mind's iron command, bending reality to kneel. Speak yours. The horizon yield. This is the mind's imperial truth. Passive dreaming scatters like wind-torn leaves, but commanding vision etched sensory decreed relentless, rewires fate's loom, pulling threads of universe to weave your sovereign tapestry. Lesser souls gaze wistful, masters issue edicts, seeing end from insection with flesh feel certainty. I've stood my summits, book contract mirage after rejection's blizzard. I decreed not maybe publish, but contract signed, ink fresh, weight in hands, sensory storm, papers crisp scent, spines heft, launch parties roar, months magnetized it, doors swung, agents called. Command transmutes, wish to warp speed reality. Decree yours now, creation bows. Envision vision as colossal iron decree, forged in mind's supreme forge, hammered, sensory vivid. Not abstract success, but boots striding your business's polished floors, revenue chimes ringing crisp, teams nods, affirming reign, broadcast relentless, dawn proclamation aloud. This manifests now, night replay looping triumph's pulse, anchor rituals, phone wallpaper victory scene, fist clench evoking trophy grip. Neurologically vivid decree activates reticular activating system, brain hunts confirming proofs, synapses firing future as present. Spiritually, its co-creation divine mirroring Genesis command, let there be, your word vibrating cosmic strings to form. Decree thunderous, stars realign. Enter Leora, a cartographer charting unclaimed wilds, where maps end in question marks, compass failing, amid thorn-choked wilds after expedition funding vanished. At 36, tents torn, supplies sparse, crew fracturing under unknown's weight, summit night, stars indifferent, Leora decreed. Not survived maybe, but new lands charted, flags waving, academies hailing, sensory seal, parchment rustle under fingers, ink's sharp bite, lecture halls charged hush. Dawn broadcast. This maps now, crew caught fire, paths cleared intuitive, natives guided, hidden rivers. Months carved canyons mapped pristine, Leora's atlas reshapes textbooks, expeditions bear her name. She didn't hope to reign, her decree drew it open. Illuminate command's layered majesty. Physiologically, sensory vividness floods limbic reward pre-arrival, motivation eternalizes, doubt circuits atrophy. Emotionally, it births unshakable poise, obstacles shrink to stepping stones when end pulses reel. Spiritually, it's throne room authority. Soul's birthright to call forth, universe as eager servant to align decree. I've witnessed horizons haste, Liara's protégés, map stars, a single mother's home-owned vision birthed estates for kin. Command doesn't beg reality, it authors it, absolute. Listener, throne your summit this breath. Paint triumph vivid. Sights, sounds, textures, job handshakes firm clasp, crowds roar at finish. Wealth's quiet security, decree allowed thrice. Vision manifests now felt, claim ritualize. Dawn eyes shut walk through, dusk gratitude as done. Thank you for this reality. Doubt Gia's delusion, counter faith fathers facts. Mercy guides, grand visions daunt. Decree micro first. Today's win sensory builds empire. Leora's first flag fluttered solo. Realms follow. As decrees embed, behold convergence. Clues cascade confirming, allies magnetize, impossibles cascade conquered. Horizon not distant dream, but approaching shore, your commands tie. Your decree echoes now, horizon hastening home. Command courses sovereign. Doesn't it master unquestioned? We've traversed forge to pinnacle, unbreakable forged. Carry these flames eternal. The world trembles at your rise.